I never thought it was possible to get bored of watching Tom Cruise run in a movie, yet The Mummy is so relentless and exhausting and lacking in genuine intrigue that by his final third I was struggling to find joy even in Tom's pleasing gait.
To a new world
of gods and monsters.
It begins with a good idea, establishing a cast of morally suspect characters rather than infallible heroes. Cruise plays Nick Morton, a maverick US soldier who stumbles across the mummy's cursed grave by accident. There's also Jenny Halsey, the archaeologist with an agenda sent to recover his find, and Dr. Henry Jekyll, the man in charge of a mysterious organization tasked with monitoring the world's monsters. I mean, you get the idea, and that's before we even get to the monster herself, Princess Armanen, who really wants to bring about the end of the world. There's a lot going on. Too much. The obvious pressure to lay the foundations of a wider universe has an immediate impact on the movie. Morally suspect characters only work as heroes if they're given depth, and it takes time and subtlety to show they have potential to self-reflect and grow. I never came to think of Cruise's character as anything more than a lying cheat who would occasionally do the right thing. Cruise is fine in an unchallenging role, but isn't given enough to make Nick into even a likable rogue. Additionally, reimagining Dr. Jekyll as a monster hunter has obvious potential, but like so many of the neat ideas stashed away in The Mummy, there's never enough time to explore. I guess that's what already greenlit sequels are for. The Mummy herself suffers the most despite a strong introduction. Sophia Botella looks striking, creating chaos and reawakening the dead. But unlike the very best Universal monsters, you're never given cause to feel an ounce of sympathy for her plight. She isn't a tragic romantic like Boris Karloff's Imhotep. In life, she was a bad person, and now resurrected, she continues to do very bad things for no tangible reason. She feels more like a prop than a conflicted, complex character. The Mummy's lack of characterization isn't helped by its deafening set-piece action either. From the moment we meet Cruise's character, the movie accelerates towards a breakneck pace from which it rarely escapes. There are moments to enjoy, however, and almost all of them involve the Mummy embracing its horror roots and finding a way to meld that imagery and atmosphere with its action. For example, there's a great fight that takes place in a ruined Gothic abbey in the English countryside. It almost feels like you've wandered onto the set of one of the classic monster movies that inspired this one. But these assured elements of horror are unfortunately overwhelmed by the louder moments. I really wish it had been the other way around. The Mummy isn't completely rotten, but given its heritage and larger ambition, it feels frustratingly generic and unfulfilling. There are moments where it reaches out for horror and produces something interesting and distinct from Hollywood's other blockbusters, but those moments are buried deep beneath unremarkable and by the end, tedious action sequences. As the first chapter in the coming Dark Universe films, The Mummy contains glimpses of promise and potential, but it's far from the most solid foundation. To find out more about Universal's Dark Universe, check out our 13 essential things everyone should know from its creator, Alex Kurtzman.